If you are a female runner over 45 and you've been consistent for years, but something feels stuck, this video is for you. You're not injured, you're not lazy, you're not quitting, you're just not improving anymore. And what I'm about to share comes from studying over 1,000 female runners over the age of 45. Real women, real training logs, real lives. But before I explain what I found, let me tell you about someone I spoke to recently. She told me I'm doing everything right. I'm running 4 times a week, I'm eating well, I'm disciplined, but I feel like I'm dragging myself through every single run. She paused, and then she said something that comes up a lot. Maybe this is just what running feels like now. And that sentence matters because when we looked at the data, that belief was everywhere. So let's start there. Here's what that feeling usually looks like. You wake up already tired. Your legs feel heavy before you even start. Easy runs just feel full of effort. Not awful, just flat. You finish the run and think, well, at least I got it done. And that's the problem. For a female runner over 45, training shouldn't feel like surviving tasks on top of a to-do list. So what's actually going on? We worked with a 46-year-old female who hadn't changed her training in years. Same number of runs, same distances, same effort. On paper, everything looked solid. But when we zoomed out, something jumped out immediately. Her life had changed. She had more responsibility, more mental load, and less sleep without even realizing it. Hormonal shifts she had never been taught how to factor in. Her training stayed the same, her recovery capacity did not. Think of your body like a phone battery. In your 30s, it charged really fast. You could run hard, get less sleep, and feel fine. Now, the battery still works, it just charges slower. But most female runners over 45 keep using it like it charges the same way that it always did. And that's not necessarily your failure, that's just mismatch. And when we saw that mismatch across hundreds of female runners, a pattern started to form. But before I unpack that, a quick pause. If you're a female runner over 45 and you want help structuring your training that actually fits your life, hormones, and recovery right now, we run a free webinar specifically for you. The link is below or in the QR code. It will make everything I'm about to say much easier to apply. All right, back to the pattern. Another runner told us, I don't run hard anymore, but I don't run easy either. Everything just feels solid. That word, solid, it sounds positive, it feels responsible, but physiologically it's a trap. And here's why. Easy running is like maintenance mode. Hard running is a clear instruction, and everything in the middle is noise. And when we looked at female runners over 45 who felt stuck, almost all of them lived in that middle area. Not because they were doing something wrong, it's because they were capable, they could handle it, so they stayed there. But the body adapts to clear signals, polarized efforts, and not just constant efforts. Imagine trying to have a conversation in a crowded room where everyone is just talking at the same volume. That's what this kind of training does to your nervous system. It never fully recovers, but it also never fully sharpens. Speed doesn't disappear. It just becomes harder to access because we are losing muscle mass over time. Now, let me share one that surprised a lot of our clients. We saw a runner after runner who believed they were fueling well. Healthy food, clean eating, regular meals, but when we zoomed in, timing told a different story. Skipped breakfasts before morning runs, long gaps after training before eating, and carbs quietly reducing over time. Not intentionally, just gradually. You're basically asking your body to rebuild a house after a storm, but you're delivering the bricks hours later. The builders are still there, they just can't work. And low energy availability doesn't scream, it whispers until it becomes a massive scream and very hard to deal with. Runs feel heavier, recovery stretches out, sleep gets lighter, and injuries occur more often. And because nothing is wrong, we assume this is normal. It's not. It's correctable. Now, let's talk about something that never really gets explained properly: strength training. Many female runners over 45 say, my fitness is fine, but everything feels harder. And it's not that you're suddenly just less capable. Your body just needs more support than it did before. And as estrogen and progesterone fluctuate, connective tissue needs more support. And without strength work, each stride costs more. Same pace, but at a higher effort. And that's not weakness, That's biomechanics. And finally, there's one pattern that doesn't show up on training plans at all. The nervous system never rests. It's always on, always thinking, always rushing. Even rest days are busy. And when the nervous system stays in that alert mode, your recovery slows down, your coordination dulls, and your motivation fades. The women who kept improving weren't tougher. They were better at controlling those controllables, which is focusing on good quality sleep and creating calm where they can in their lives. That could be things like small walks, gentle movements, or some quiet moments. So now, let's pull this together. Female runners over 45 don't stop improving because they lose ability. They stop improving because the system they're using no longer matches the body that they're in. And when that system changes, progress often returns. Not through pushing, but through precision. If this is landing for you, make sure that you subscribe. This channel exists for female runners over 45 who want to feel capable, confident, and supported again. Not talked down to and not ignored. You now know why consistency alone is not enough anymore. But there's another layer. Even when training is adjusted, many female runners over 45 still struggle because weight loss advice quietly undermines energy, recovery, and performance. And that's exactly what I break down in the next video. If you're running regularly, eating healthy, and still not seeing the results you want to, you're probably making one of 5 common mistakes that hold female runners over 45 back from feeling strong, lean, and energized. Watch that next, because the thing slowing you down might not be your training at all.